thank you for the unprecedented support. Last week's video was the highest ranking Libra video that ever existed on my channel ever. And I hope that I got a lot of new subscribers and that I can continue to give you joy and guidance and encouragement, and speak in a way that you can listen and want, and not necessarily telling you what you want to hear, but definitely telling you things in a way that you can receive. So I'm open up to constant communications with you guys. Thank you so much for bearing down and really supporting that, so grinding out that support for Born Without Boundaries last week. It meant everything to me. So this is a really different reading for you guys, but it's really the kind of reading I think that you've always been searching for, and it does go along with that reading from last week in that your life has become quantum. It's happening all at once, all at the same time. And the beautiful aspect of that is it is not confining you. You don't feel confined. Now you take that lack of confinement to this week, where there are going to be bumps and pebbles and bruises and demons revealed in front of you. Ultimately, there is this empowering understanding that doesn't define you, and you don't have to change your direction to avoid them, because in some ways they were always there and they're always going to be there. And your liberation this week, Libra, is got 100%. It's 100% to do with your understanding of that, your acceptance of that, and your lack of fear in the face of it. Because you are able then to take that courage that you've established in that quantum realm, and you are able to apply it to your linear life, because we're here in the 3D world. We live a linear life. This is what we are. This is what we're confined to. But you don't feel confined to the choices that you had to make, whether it have been because your family pushed you to do it, or you felt obligated, or there was some sort of, like mob mentality, trying to fit in, trying to do what was expected of you, what was popular, what was getting attention for you. But ultimately now you're like, I have morals, and I have myself, and I have who I am, and I'm not going to be defined by what everybody else wants me to be, because what ends up happening is I become something that I am not in order to continue to make people happy. And that is just something you have stopped doing. And yes, it has fractured, and yes, it has torn apart. And for the first time in your life, you find yourself not giving a flying fuck, because you are so determined, certain, and driven about your direction now that ultimately you know that it's with God's purpose. You know that it is the direction that you're in right now, the travel lane that you're in right now, the path that you're on right now is the path that you were always trying to get to. That there was like everything in your life has led up to traveling this path, and this is the path. This is the pathway into your whole self, your full self, and the self that you have created and not anybody else. And yet you are going to feel the shards, the fracturing, the reaction of people around you to your decision in life, to your decision. It could hit you very close to home. For many of you, it may come close to family. It may come in terms of their feedback and why are you doing this to me, or why are you behaving this way? It's such an unexpected thing for you to do, Libra, to chase a dream, to trace a goal, to trace an aspiration, to chase almost like a shadow. There was like this tiny shadow inside of you your whole life that you wanted to love and you wanted to be interested in, but it didn't fit in with everybody else. And now it's almost like it's not a shadow, it's like your inner geek. You're able to release it and celebrate it and be exactly what you are really, instead of what you have to make yourself over as. And no, you can continue to love your makeup and love your clothes, but now it's more, first and foremost, you're loving yourself. You're coming into who you are. You're coming into like just what you believe, what you know, what is you, and letting people take it or leave it. You know, there's just such a sense of you want to give, you want to help, you don't, there's just this sense of lavishness and luxuriousness, and done. I'm not letting that imprison me anymore. The wonderful thing about this week is that you don't have to worry about it. There is abundance coming in. There's financial resources coming in. You maybe, and this is what's liberating you, is this feeling of God's got me, or I know that I'm protected and I'm safe now, or this literal financial support has come in, and I can walk away. It's almost like liberating yourself from how people thought they had you, that kind of thing, because something is so much more important to you now, and you just don't want to look back. There's just this beautiful sense of strength and power to you right now. You're getting so much closer to who you really are, who you always were, what you always wanted to be, and then eventually who you really want to be with. You know, it's like, don't let them choose you, choose them. It's like this, the calling to them. And the way that you're calling to this partnership is you're becoming you. You're becoming that fuller sense of who you are. And that's the beacon light for who you really belong with and who your real partner is, because they have the same morals. They have the same mentality. They have the same strengths. They are equal to your vibration, and you don't have to deal with these low vibrational assholes anymore, because you're calling on a level that, like, only, it's like that dog hearing, like only people on this level can hear. And don't be afraid or feel alone when you go through this gap this week of sort of like this cavern, like you're so used to having so many people around you, and now there's so few people around you. That's because you're eliminating the garbage. That's because you're eliminating those people who just can't understand what you are, and they never really did. I read a quote on, and I shared it on my Instagram. Please find me on Instagram, because I can talk to you live. I talk live over there to my audiences. I give a live daily tarot card reading Monday through Friday. So join us. Born_without_boundaries is where you will find me on Instagram every single day, Monday through Friday. I do a general daily tarot card reading where we just do a live chat. It's a wonderful environment over there. But ultimately, I had posted this meme, reposted it to my account over there, and what it says was, the stuff that you lose when you start telling the truth was never yours, my dear. And that's where your liberation and beautiful power comes from this week. You've started to tell the truth about who you are and what you really care about. And you're going to start to lose, and people are going to start to drop away. They were never really yours. Even if they were your mother or your father, they were never really yours. They were never really your people. You continued to please them. You continued to appease them. You continued to soothe them, but you had to continue to lie about who you were and lie about yourself in order to do it. There's no more. You're not lying. You have the strength of truth behind you, and you'll start to see these people drop out of your life, and hallelujah, because there's beautiful people coming to you, and it is an elevated sense. It is a beauty and a level of success that you would never have attained had you not allowed those people to drop away and make room for these new ones who are actually aligned with what and who you really are. Your roots, really interesting, because usually that makes you think of family. No, this is the roots for your esoteric self. This is the roots for your higher consciousness. This is what you really are, your soul self, who you are. The people that are coming into your life now are your soul tribe. They vibe with what you're actually putting together, and the work that the grueling work that you've wanted to do, you're connecting with people on that level, maybe a more intellectual, spiritual, philosophical level. You're able to connect with those people. You don't have to be sucked down by these low vibrational idiots who continue to make you feel like you have to make excuses for them. You don't have to make excuses for anybody anymore, because you're vibing with people. It's like you're finally free of the fucking like shackles of what you allowed yourself to be. This is a beautiful energy. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, this is Libra. This is Libra. This is who you are. This is unconditional love. The yin and yang of you coming together and you feeling the wholeness of your everything, of knowing that all of those parts, those darks and lights, are all about you, and you don't have to fracture yourself to fit in. That if you don't fit in whole, you never fit in to begin with. And that's really what's going on, is you're exposing this whole aspect of yourself, and it's bumping out people who are just getting in the way. That's what's going on. It's not like you're becoming somebody else. You're becoming more of yourself. You're growing and you're expanding, and that's going to make people drop off the sides, like those little like games that you play at the carnivals, where you drop the coins in and the coins push out. You're pushing out the shit on the sides. You're pushing it out because you're becoming so great and so large in what you are. So this is a huge breakthrough in terms of your freedom, and in terms of who you chill with and who you hang with and who you're in love with. Check this the fuck out. There's so much everything's going on all at once. That's what's happening. And you're comfortable there. You're tired of dumbing it down for people who don't get it and understand it. So you're just going to stay there, and you're going to vibrate there, and you're going to call in those people who get you. That's exactly where you need to be right now. Meditate and contemplate. The answers you need are coming. I feel like in some ways this is somebody that's trying to get you to you've been waiting on somebody's response. You've been like, somebody has to respond for you to know what the next move is. This could be one-on-one communication, somebody that you're dealing with on a personal level. Ultimately it's true, but there's nothing to fear. They will come back probably with something that serves them. And ultimately it's like they have no power over you anymore, is what the exciting aspect of these aspects are. There's burdens or suffering, something happening with your home or your family, or maybe just traditions themselves. And the way that people always see things is getting in your way. And it's enough is enough. I'm not upholding things that don't work anymore. These traditions are actually boundaries and barriers to my progress, and I'm not going to coddle them anymore. I'm going to say what they are, which is burdens and barriers, and they have to be relinquished. And now you have at least the financial freedom to be able to do that. There's some sort of communications coming in about a decision that was made. There's some sort of letter or official paper that have gone through about a change in your course, in your mindset. It's done, and you don't care who knows it. This is definitely causing... So interesting. When I first saw this card, it was not about being fractured. It was about coming together. I feel like you have been fractured. That in some way you were scattered into little bits and pieces, and now you're finally coming together, and you are drawing the image of yourself by yourself, not allowing anybody else to have any input, by just basically going with the flow of life, trusting that energy and that sort of wave or current that you can so strongly feel around you right now. 100% Libra, just continue to go with this flow. You trust in the divine God at work. There's this beautiful energy of the full moon in the background. There's a full moon in Virgo, I believe this Saturday, so watch to release. If you're waiting on some sort of communications or official things, around that time is when all of this will come in and you'll be able to let it go and push it out of your life. Do not dim to fit in. And that is just so self-explanatory. I don't think I really need to explain anything. Who are you really, and who have you always been? You are now coming into your full self because you're getting the barriers out of your way. Could have something to do with family. Could have to do with sticking up to your parents or you know, your siblings, or something to do with your home life. It has been a barrier to everything that you are. And there's no guilt, there's no suffering, there's no sadness. I know that I need to be my full self to be the best for my family. And whatever barriers you put in my way, they were your decisions, not mine. So why the hell do I have to honor them? I don't. I have to honor my true calling, which is so loud in your ears now, but it's not. It's blasting around you like your favorite song. It's your favorite music, Libra. You can now just relish the fact that it's almost setting up a barrier that protects you from all this vitriol or negative criticism that's coming in at you. I don't care. I am vibing so completely with who I am and the music that I want to surround me. This is definitely giving to somebody who was very greedy, constantly giving to somebody who was always very covetous, always wanted you, desired you, needed more from you, and being able to identify who wanted more from you, who needed more from you, and who was just sort of collecting you, as opposed to, it's almost like you're a butterfly. And there are people who love butterflies and will catch them and capture them, and some will even kill them to dry them and stick them on a board. That's not the same thing as loving a butterfly. But it's almost like you found yourself in the very greedy clutches of somebody who really just wanted to capture you and maintain you, as opposed to really nurture you, right? And so there's this liberation. It doesn't necessarily have to be in romance. It could be in any facility, like your career that you took because it was family tradition, or your family itself describing who you were supposed to be, or this mighty force of nature in your family, maybe especially a maternal figure. There's lots of mother energy going on here, with the particular way that the moon in Cancer especially is impacting Pluto. So there's a lot of fourth house energy coming up about what has been expected of us and the script that was given to us, and basically shoving that script up somebody's ass and saying, I write my own script. That's essentially what's going on there. And now you're vibing with those people that you really want to be around, that you really want to work with, that you really like. You don't have to live in your family's dreams and your mother's dreams anymore. You live your own. And then that there's this beautiful energy of just getting back to your true self, your true nature. Even when things seem like a mess, you're vibing with the universe. So you're seeing the beauty in the mess. You're out of this rubble that may be your life in front of you, you are actually growing something beautiful. It has the suffering, the pain, the challenges. It is growing something remarkable. And you're kind of like that beacon, that hope, that lotus in the middle of the muck, that special quality or entity. You're getting back to your true nature, your true self, bringing yourself back to the simplicity of what you are. It's interesting. This is a light in the dark, right? Not giving up, even though something's looming over you, and seeing quality, seeing opportunity in unexpected places. It's like you're able to identify those different aspects of society or community that everybody else left in the dirt and said, oh, it's nothing. But it's like, no, this is where I need to be. This is where I need to focus. And you're seeing that value. It's also dropping in on you at just the right time. a message or word from, or wisdom from a resource that you didn't expect. Maybe you'd even forgotten it was there, but now they're like a beacon of hope for you, or you're being a beacon of hope to somebody else. It's not in necessarily the luxury. The luxury is in all that you mean to people when you offer them life and freedom and happiness and hope that anybody can turn their life around and be the beautiful, wonderful weirdo that is not so weird. It's you. And if people don't get you, maybe it's because they're weird. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I love this reading. It's just so expansive and broadening. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. You can click that link below, and then also ring that notification bell and set all notifications on to ringing so that you know when I upload, not just your sun sign, but your moon sign and your rising sign. You should definitely watch all three of those signs to get a full, like a well-rounded reading every single week. And then go check out any other sign you want. I upload 12 to 14 videos every single week. Every single zodiac sign gets a new weekly message. It's not time sensitive. Whatever you're called to, you can watch. Go ahead, but there's a new one every week, so you'll get that as soon as it comes fresh off the press, if you make sure that notification bell is selected. Also, there's always a Vimeo extended. There's always an extended reading. The link is below. That is a full tarot card spread that articulates the challenges and the way through, and it extends the energies of this reading, and it really articulates the specifics that sometimes oracle cards don't get to. And it also includes, it's a 2-in-1 reading. So there's 2 readings in one video. It's your romance specific video, because I make a Libra specific romance video every single week, and it's always in those extended. So that's the place to find it along with the extended reading. You can also subscribe directly over there, in which case you'll get notifications. You'll get access to those extended readings about a day before you get access through the YouTube videos. Yeah, so go on over there. That's where I post my weekly astrological forecasts too, totally free, by the way. And then last but not least, I think I told you about the Instagram. You can come and join me on Instagram anytime. I hope that you do. I get a lot more personal over there too, so it's always liberating. Yeah, set healthy boundaries is here, but it's in reverse, which means that you had not set healthy boundaries, that you had basically let people walk all over you, and allowed yourself to be too exposed and too pleasing, too satisfying to other people's needs. And in which case there was a lot of suffering and pain that was starting to come from you just in order to hold those relationships together. Interesting, right? Watch and wait. It had been going on for quite some time. This is Piscean energy. And as the sun has just moved into Pisces, and what's being revealed is maybe all of those things you kept a mystery from yourself. All of those things that maybe you had to hide or didn't want to face or confront. That's actually what's coming to surface now in the House of Mysteries, in Pisces, that 12th house energy. You're starting to realize what you never realized before, which was all that you've been putting up with. And that's coming to the surface, and not in a way that scares you, actually in a way that makes you feel like you can breathe again. This is Gemini energy, communications. Things are coming together. Things are coming together with your understanding and knowledge of how to talk to people, how to speak to people, your power with influencing people. All of those things are coming together now. And then we have trust in divine detours. Changes have to be made. Things are moving very fast, which makes directional shifts very frightening. But ultimately, that's where your quantum mindset comes in. If we stop looking at it as just a road, and start looking at it as an ever-expanding potential, then you know that you're not going to get hurt from all these changes. But there are quick turnaround changes happening right now. Trust them. Trust them because they were orchestrated by the divine. And then we have be peace. This is Libra energy as well. finding a peace, finding a balance, finding that holy trinity. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys have been seeing 333 a lot, because that's holy trinity. That's divine balance. It's coming into allowing the divine in your life and not being alone anymore, not feeling empty anymore, because the divine has come into your life and it's guiding you now. There's also a sense of being liberated and spreading peace, right? Becoming peace itself, and therefore you're actually kind of like spreading a peaceful word or bringing peace into a situation where there was none. And this is Aquarius energy. So this is wisdom and knowledge that you've earned. And this is the way forward, and seeing things clearly and spotting them in the dark and coming out of the dark. It's also magic. That's what it is. So this is a very powerful energy for you to be sitting amongst right now, Libra. Let's go into your angel messages. Let's go into those. Okay. Lots of angel messages. Heart and soul is the first one that I see. No. Precious gift was the first one that I see. Heart and soul was the one that's closest to me. When making your decision, take into account what your heart and soul are saying. Sometimes the mind can deceive us. Choose through love, not fear. And that was part of the issue, that you were making head over heart decisions and it was no longer working for you. Precious gift. Friendship, family, and love are precious gifts. Do not lose sight of what is most important. Interesting. Especially when it seems like family is shifting, right? And who is our family? Those people that we come from, or those people that we are directed to? Gratitude. Make gratitude your new attitude. The stars will shine brighter upon you. All in your world will become lighter. Gratitude is the river on which abundance flows. So there's just this sense of honoring everything, that even the things that you want to let go of, honoring them, so that you release them in peace. Heart song. What is your heart saying? Stop and listen. Your truth lies within the empty spaces between your thoughts. Your truth shines through from within your soul. Your truth is that which is eternal and unchanging. Your truth is love. And that could not be a better card for you, because that really is what you are about, isn't it? It's unconditional love. Kindness. A kind gesture rekindles your belief in the power of love. Remember to be kind to yourself, right? Because you're supposed to be included in the love, not just be holding it up for everybody else. Transformation. Through the great love that holds you in its embrace, you are moment by moment transforming to ever greater light, ever greater oneness, and ever greater wisdom through the great love that holds you in its embrace. This is a transformative period in your life. Let's go to tarot. The link is below. I'll see you guys over there.